Hey, Will.
Hey.
Welcome back. This week we're just going to talk more about what we discussed last week. My role is to help you decide if you want to make any changes. So why don't we start by reviewing what we went over and how this week has gone.
Okay. I was talking about my unhappiness with my job and the difficulties and all the things that I was juggling. And this week it improved slightly, but I'm still considering my options for the future as far as moving ahead with teaching or moving on to something different.
So what are a couple things that you value in life and for your future?
Time with my family, financial autonomy, so being able to do what I want to do financially, and part of that comes from, maintaining a career. And just being content with where I'm at. So those last two things are kind of clashing at this point, like being happy and being able to have the career that I want.
So spending time with family, financial autonomy, and being content with your life and your career are important to you.
Yeah.
So with this situation with work, what are some things that you feel that could change to help you?
A lot of that is out of my control, whether it's like kids moving that aren't very well behaved, or I feel like even getting the support I need from the staff, sometimes is out of my control. Like I ask for support, and whether I get it or not is, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Yeah.
Are you not feeling heard?
They hear me. I mean, they're listening, but I don't know whether they don't have the means to help me, or they think I can handle it, or what exactly is going on their end. I don't want to put all the blame on the administration, because I think they do hear me, and I think they understand what, the issues are, because they will sit down and talk to me, and, it's like an open door kind of thing. But just not a lot has changed after multiple conversations.
So you're feeling like you're talking to them, but it's not making a difference.
Yeah, and whether that is due to, I don't want to say they don't care, because I think they do. I think it's maybe just that they don't have a lot of options. They don't have resources to be able to help me.
So your difficulties matter to them, but they may not have the things in place that they need to make any changes.
Right.
So since you do feel like you're a little bit powerless over, their situation and how it can help, is there anything that you could do to help yourself?
Well, I think just continuing to build relationships with the students that I'm having difficulties with. And I've definitely seen progress in behavior over the first 3 months of school. 3 months. So I know we're moving in the right direction. It's just whether I want to do this every year or not, like start from scratch, basically.
So you said that building relationships with the students would help you. Do you see what are the boundaries that you see that make it difficult to build those relationships?
What do you mean?
Are there any stumbling blocks, any difficulties that you're finding?
Well, 2 of the students that I'm thinking of, I have really good relationships with them, but they just need counseling. They need therapy. They need help because of their trauma and their backgrounds. And I'm not trained in that. I don't know how to do that. So I can build a good relationship with them and teach them how to empathize and be better people, but that's not going to help their trauma. And so that's definitely a stumbling block, like a wall that I don't really have any control over.
So you feel like you know some things that they need that might help them, but you don't have the resources to give that to them.
Right.
Is there any, do you know of any other ways that you could help them through building those relationships?
Maybe reach out to the parents. I know one of the students' parents pretty well, and the other one not as much. That might assist.
And how could building relationships with the parents help? So what are some things about developing relationships with the parents that would help you with the children?
It just helps the whole family to know that you really care about the kids and that you're not just in it for selfish reasons, like that you actually give a crap about the kid and you want it to be a good situation.
So you want to show the parents that you care about their kids,
Yeah.
and hope that that will help develop the relationships between the children and them. So what's one thing that you feel that you're good at?
Well, once we actually get down to teaching, I feel like I'm really good at that, but it just seems like behavior management is such a large part of what I do. And I wish that it was less. I feel like 70% of what I do is behavior management. And maybe 15% is actually sitting down and teaching. And I wish it was a lot more.
So you're having trouble because you feel like you're good at teaching, but that's a small part of it.
Yeah, it's such a small part of what I actually end up doing.
So when you are teaching, what are some things that you feel good about doing that?
I just like teaching math. I like the kids I like it when they understand new concepts. And I know that it's valuable, but there's so many other things that are stopping learning from happening at times. So
it's your job is more than just teaching.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And sometimes that's difficult because you are good at teaching, but the other things that come in, you might not have the training.
And some of it's very frustrating. Well, even, red tape or paperwork or analyzing data or behavior management, a lot of it has almost nothing to do with teaching.
So it's frustrating the extra work that you have to do, that they might not provide you with the resources.
Right.
So in a perfect world, what would your job look like?
All the kids would be really well behaved, and we wouldn't have to deal with drama or, past traumatic experiences. But, I know that's not really what the situation is.
So what are some things that could happen to get you towards that?
I think the kids in my class having access to therapy and counseling by a trained counselor.
By trained counselors. And is there anything in the system that...
Well, they can apply for 7 counties, but a lot of parents don't like to do it. And also, it ends up taking months and months and months and months because of all the barriers.
What type of barriers are there?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know why it takes so long. I referred a kid first day of school, still not in counseling. 3 months later.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So there's a lot of difficulties with getting the kids in counseling.
Yes.
That they're experiencing it, and it's following up on your job.
Yeah, and it may be due to lack of resources by 7 counties or whoever, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, thank you for meeting with me. Next week we can talk more about what you can do to help your job.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.